Yo, what's going on, people? Party people in the place to be. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, aka Dukes D Scoop. I know it's been a minute since we went live. I know it's a little late, but shoot, man, we had some time. I finished my regular recording. So as you come in, drop your location, drop where you from, drop what's on your mind, man. It's just a family talk night. We're in the barbershop, man. We're in the man cave tonight. We inviting the ladies too. They can come in and they can talk, but we just talking like family, man. We got the spades table out. Got some blues playing. We got the games on. We kicking it. See if I can get some basketball on this TV. So, cuz on the building. TC, my cousin Tracy. Oh, monetization. Oh, thank you. Gotta get back in the swing of things. Let me see. Live. Monetization. Yeah, man, they said YouTube was kicking my videos off earlier. They said I was telling folks what to bet on when I wasn't, so I had to appeal it. They was like, "Oh, you can't tell people what to bet on." I'm like, bro, people do that junk every day. So one of my videos got kicked off. I was so mad. That video did a few numbers, man. That was about a $50, $60 video, man. But now I know. See if I can find some games on here. What's up with y'all, man? I know there's been some folks that was like, man, dudes, they talking about you. Somebody said something about you. Somebody talking about you and Uncle Neely. I don't know. I'm gonna say this before we even get started. Leave me out of it. I don't want no parts of it. Okay, what nobody said about me. I'm not on that. I ain't tripping, man. Positivity and peace, baby. Cool breeze in the building. Sabrina Blankenship. My boy Apostle always in Jonesboro, my dog. Miss LJ, what's going on? Cool breeze said DJ Durkin for president. I don't tell you. Hey, them boys love Dirk, boy. Oh man. We're gonna send healing prayers over to my cousin Tracy, man. Get well soon, cuz Apostle 06 said thoughts on sermon. Man, you know what? If he really was stripped of play calling duties and he's relegated to quarterback work, I say this. Man, I tell you what, if that wasn't him calling the plays last week, it sure looked like him. It looked like him for sure. So I think sometimes it's only so much you can do with your playbook, right? Like, even if it's Bartolone who's calling the plays, now he can't implement a whole new offense right now. So I think really it's just going to be about timing and finding the concepts that work within that playbook. You got plays that you run a lot, but if you run it, and I think if you running concepts that haven't been working, that you put on film, right now we know that people are jumping the tunnel and the bubble screens. I think you got to now. Trust me, I ain't just no super X's and O's guy, but I definitely think that you got to run the slot flat. You got to run that slot fade with the screen. You got to make people think. You got to run the fake bubble. Sometimes you got to run the bubble action and run something behind it. I don't care what the combination is, but you got to slow people down from biting on those tunnel and bubble screens by. And one, if I had anything else to do, I wouldn't run the tunnel or the bubble screens with a RPO motion. If you're gonna throw it, just throw it. Don't, because they not biting on the motion. they know that they can stop the run before, so they're not respecting the play action part of it, or they're not respecting the fake. And so all that does is give people time. When they see you raise up, they biting on it. So even if you fake it, pump fake and go to the slide and go to the slide, to the slot fade, I would go with that. You feel me? I mean, they could say, and from game to game, it looked the exact same to me. The so I think in the offseason, if I were to make a bet, I think a change gets made, the offensive coordinator. I would say that. And I think me guessing, now this is 1000% guess. If I were to guess, you will probably see somebody who's had some success at the college level. Could be somebody that you've seen before. I don't know. But I would think that unless it's Leftwich, who I don't know. And I'm just guessing. I want to make sure that's clear. But yeah, that's that on that. What's up, Ryder, man? Easton's Walt said slants in the deep shot. Yeah, I think with Jew you can do it. When it comes to the passing game and the passing concepts, I think you can do a little more with Jew, just because of his quarterbacking style. You can do a little more. For whatever reason, he don't seem as panicked in the pocket, right? Don't Jew got a little calm about himself? I think I say that. I think that's a good way to put it. Jew got a calm about himself. International Voice. What's happening, man? Hey, y'all make sure y'all go to International Voice and go check out that gear. I'm gonna put the link in the description once again. If you look at my current some of my current videos that are out, you'll see the link in there. But I got it pulled up right here. Etsy.com/shop /International Voice. I don't think they let you put the link in the chat, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Hey, that's if y'all see my comment, that's the link for International Voice for sure. Juju is not scared. He has nothing. Now, that's one thing I always say. I always said about this: the moment ain't gonna be too big for him. That's just who he is. When you see 14-year-olds going to drop dimes to the best pros, throwing against some of the best DBs in the NFL at the time. I mean, Derwin James. I mean, you name it, bro. He was throwing the ball. He had those guys, and I think some of y'all see. I need to find that clip. Yeah, Jew a little different, bro. I said time after time because I've been watching him his whole life. But it's true. I mean, first of all, y'all see that man came in third string. Cold, cold is leftover grits, and this man throws probably the best ball that we've seen from any Colorado quarterback. Wasn't wide open. Dude didn't have a step. I mean, Omarion had a slight step on the guy, and he literally now shout out to Omarion for having strong hands at the point of attack to receive the ball. I mean, he could have dropped that. That was the degree of difficulty on that catch probably is a little bit underrated on that first one. But you put that mug on the money. So I think the more he does that, the less people will start to say, all right, we're gonna just bite on this screen or this screen action. Because that's gonna be a part of this offense. I just think you got to do something as a tendency breaker. After the game said no real OC is coming if he can't bring his staff. See, OCs don't have to bring their staff. Now, if you look at what's my man name who went to my man who went to Oklahoma. What OCs do is they bring a quarterback. That's the difference. Now, so Arbuckle, the OC, got the job, left Washington State, didn't go with he didn't go with the coach to Wake Forest. So Arbuckle went to Oklahoma and he brought Mateer. But He didn't bring his wide receiver coach, the tight end coach. They usually go, with the head coaches. So I will say that, like, if you can get an offensive coordinator now, well, they want to bring some analysts, some guys, yes. But I think if you get the right OC, he's gonna have enough stain to say, I do want a coach or two here. But I don't think Coach Prime is gonna sit and keep the staff the same. And I'm not calling for nobody's job. Man, it's just common sense. It happens every time when people have losing seasons, changes get made. Hell, changes got made last year in a winning season. So of course in a losing season, changes gonna get made. You don't know who it's gonna be, but man, you know for a fact he's not gonna stand pat. He ain't stand pat last year when they was winning. Dwayne Smith said, "Hey, look, hey, y'all, I ain't doing this in no type of order. If I see a super chat, of course they go first. Here we go. Boom. Gotta go. I'll come back to that one. James Stalin with the 199 super chat, man. I appreciate it, man. Y'all know super chats go to the front. What's up, Dukes? The latest on the AU search, man. So, man, DJ Durkin is picking up a lot of steam. Kenny Dillingham has a lot of support. John Summerall, of course, and Eli Drinkwitz. If I had to make a bet, I would say Auburn's next coach is one of those four: Drinkwitz, Durkin, Eli Drinkwitz, or Kenny Dillingham. I would say one of the four. I would lean towards an offensive guy in hopes. And I do know that for anybody who gets that job, DJ Durkin is going to be pitched as to remain on staff as a defensive coordinator for sure. I'd say that. Appreciate the support as always, James Stalin, my man. I'm trying to catch up. Let me see. If I miss your question, just drop it again. Okay, Dwayne Smith said, Dukes, how do you feel about these guys going on press runs to talk down on Coach Prime? If they prerogative, that's what they want to do. J Rad said, if CU loses either of these next two games, Juju gonna redshirt for sure. Yeah, I think the only way Juju don't redshirt is if they lose one of these next two and they're not eligible, they don't have the opportunity to be bowl eligible in their last game, he gonna shirt. That's my guess. David Garcia, what's going on? Access said we bringing Dirk in the Boulder if he don't remain on staff. Man, one thing about it, he done balled out everywhere he been. And when you look at everybody who Durkin done coached under, Urban Meyer was his mentor. The first guy was Urban Meyer. It went Urban Meyer, Harbaugh at Stanford, then Harbaugh again at Michigan, Urban Meyer at Florida, Lane Kiffin, then Jimbo Fisher. So he can. It ain't a whole lot of people in the industry he can't call. Oh man, we got a super sticker. Man, KA714 with the super sticker, man. I appreciate that, bro. The 714. That's your area code, my dog? Where is the 714? Let me see. I know I've seen that before. Let me look up the 714. Orange County, California. For sure. Oh, that's your birthday. Okay, July 14th. All right. Happy birthday. Happy belated. We'll be on time next July, my boy. Hey, David said they want Dillingham. Man, this the crazy part. Whoever gets that job, if they get somebody else, man, the coaching carousel is so crazy. I'm talking to coaches every day. I'm gonna tell you another guy who I think man, you gonna have to pay him. But man, Brennan Marion, that it's a couple of offensive coordinators you know gonna ball when they get that shot. Brennan Marion would be perfect. That go-go offense, bro. Brennan Marion. Brennan Marion is only making $750,000 at Sacramento State. Man, get that double his salary and tell him to come fix the offense. That's what I would do. Easy Wall said they're gonna try to throw that cape on Juju and lead him on stage like James Brown. He gonna say, "I'm, hey, bruh, that is so funny." Man, hold on, let me see who on Facebook. I got a story about that. Okay, my girl Tequila in the building. What's up, T? What's up, stranger? Bro, when I used to rap and do shows, I'm gonna get DJ Brown one on here. Bro, we used to rap and go do shows. I used to do that James Brown move, bro. I used to take my jacket off and then walk off the stage, and then they'll turn the music off. And I run back on stage like they try to kick me off. They're like, Duke, show set over. Then the crowd be going crazy. I gotta find that one, bro. Matter of fact, we ain't got nothing to do tonight. We can go look at some old Duke shows, man. I promise I just hit that James Brown. Man, one time, dog, I know them niggas used to hate me, bro. Shout out to my bros, man. They used to be on stage, like we used to be on stage, bro. And sometimes I'd be in the middle of a song. If the crowd was going real good, bro, I just walk off like nothing. I just walk off in the middle of the show. They'd be like, "Dude, where the hell dude's going?" And they just be they be at there just like, man, this every time they be like, bro, stop doing that, dude. So I'm like, man, my bad, bro. I'm feeling it, bro. And I be sauced up, bro, geeked up. You know what I'm saying? Good gas. You feel me? Yeah, but I used to do a pair of everything. Jump in the crowd. James Dollar said, I want something wrong, but I won't be mad at either. As much as I love Dirk, his record as a head coach ain't good. Yeah, it ain't. He ain't had these type of groceries either, though. For sure. He definitely didn't have those type of, like, I don't think you can go wrong for real, for real. Like, I know them kids love Dirk, though, for sure. Them kids do love Dirk. They gonna work hard for him. It ain't a lot that you can't. Auburn's such a good job that if you hire the right guy, bro, man, you got a national title contender. Like, if you go, this meets you already got your quarterback of the future right there, right? If I know folks be talking about like, all right, dudes gotta wait, bro. They damn near scared to play dudes, and I don't want to say it the wrong way, but it's like, dog, Deuce. Everybody I talk to say Deuce ready, like Deuce can go. I talked to some some people with knowledge, and it's like, man, Deuce ready to go right now. But I think when it comes down to experience, man, coaches don't want to be responsible for being the guy like, oh, you played them too early. Because quarterbacks kind of like kickers or they like pitchers. Sometimes they say if you play the pit if you start a pitcher too early while they're young, then they'll, what I'm saying, then you can mess them up. And nobody want to be responsible for being the guy who pushed the button too soon on a guy. But man, please, from what I heard about Deuce Knight, I'm gonna do a whole video on it like tomorrow, but nah, Deuce one of them. You got to keep Deuce Knight, right? I think if you play him, I don't know if they're gonna play him against Vanderbilt, but I know you don't play him against Mercy. You just playing at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I can see that Auburn job going a lot of ways. James Dollar said, "What say James?" He said if they lose to Vandy. What'd you say? He said if they lose to Vandy, I was starting the rest of the season. Bro, they gonna fuck around. They gonna mess around and beat Vandy. Watch what I say. Oh, dog in the building on Facebook. Shout out to my boy. What's happening, boy? Freedom Genesis in the building. Sabrina Blankenship. What's up with y'all? I'm just going through. College said the most CU linebackers and cornerbacks coach. I don't know how that's gonna shake out, my boy, but I do know one thing about Deion L. Sanders, bro. He gonna make a change for sure, for sure. Ohio Buck guy said, "What up, dude? What's up, boy?" I think that's the most talented roster in the land. If you Ohio State Buckeyes, that's the most talented roster, bro. Them boy loaded. My boy Yoke Prover said 9951, bro. Definitely appreciate you praying. We can get no calls for school soon. Thanks again. Man, hey, look, so my man Yoke Prover sent me his nephew. Dog, look, hey, he a dog, bro. I tweeted it out, man. So if I get some hitbacks on it, I'll let you know. But man, just tell him to keep working. Man, film look good. Quarterback athlete for sure, man. Drop his name in the chat again. But nah, anything I can do, my brother. Yeah, one of my dog, man, bro. It right just left out the chat was probably one of the top front office guys in the game right now. I didn't even want to say his name when he shouted out. Scorpion 73, what's going on? Sabrina Blankenship said there's gonna be 2 freshmen playing on Saturday. Yeah. Man, hey, what game y'all watching? But y'all know YouTube TV ain't got ESPN no more, dog. What's up with that? Man, y'all boy taking their beef a little too far, man. Man, y'all feel like mom and dad are beefing, man. The kids is who really suffer, man. Let me see. Okay. Watching the match. Oh, they said Cooper Flag posterized somebody. All Access said, what's the update on Arkansas hiring? They said Arkansas finna make a run at James Franklin. I saw that tonight. Shout out to my boy Trey Biddy at hogsports.com. My boy Trey Biddy in the city. But yeah, he definitely said the latest thing in Arkansas is they finna make a run at James Franklin. And James Franklin is telling basically telling him what he wants, what it's gonna take. He want to try to win the championship. Yeah, that's what they said. Now I don't know if he gonna accept because I think James Franklin he gonna get a job, bro. I know they said he was a front runner for Virginia Tech, Arkansas making a run. I thought Auburn was gonna make a serious push for him, but I think they like who they like. I don't think it's you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. M. Collins said to see you hate on a podcast are real. Y'all, it come with losing. Like people hate Watts Colorado too. That's all it is. It come with losing. Like when people get to hang, you gotta shut them up. It ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it come with losing. Like when folks lose, people lose jobs. People get to hang. People talk crazy. The fans go crazy. It happened everywhere. I just think like in the Colorado universe, there's so much access and people like people allow you into the building, and some people think like there's some loyalty that comes along with it, but it's not. It ain't no loyalty in this game. So at the end of the day, you gotta let people be who they're gonna be and say what they want to say. Like America, a free country. People got free speech. You can't get mad because somebody saying their opinion on how it go. But what you can do is just write it down and know, like, oh, I remember you said this. If it turn around, then you get, that's how it go. Because last year it didn't sound like this, but they was 9-3, and you didn't hear a bunch of this. You know what I'm saying? And you had more people watching before the success. It was more love watching. This year, the hate watchers are even stronger, and you start to see more people who showing you like, bro, I ain't really like y'all folks no way because some of that stuff seemed personal. But you just, man, what can you do? You let people get their bread, get their money because at the end of the day, in Colorado, even as a hate watch team, it's still like a big ticket team. So you can't. You just got to focus on trying to get it right. That's why anybody who tell me, whether it was be it the people who was dogging Hugh Freeze or the folks dogging Dabo Sweeney, like the folks dogging Coach Prime, man, them folks it come with it. Just like the most Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately sport in the world. When it's bad, it get real bad. For sure. And it don't take long to get bad at all. You got to win and keep on winning and keep on. You got to think about this. Ohio State right now is probably the favorite to go back to back. Do you know this time last year, this before, let's say about 16 months ago, Ryan Day was fighting for his job. The head coach of Ohio State did not know he was going to make it out. He had hardly any job security going into last season. That's the truth. So it's just a game you win, just a game. I don't be, and I know people be like, man, dude, you gonna say something? Like, man, nah. Even if somebody say my name, I ain't saying that. I'm out of that. And to be honest, man, Coach Prime himself hit me. It was like, bro, you can't respond. You can't keep responding to folks. Like you can't. Like you cannot. Like people watching you. And I'd be damned if I ain't get a sponsorship like a day, like maybe like a week later, I got a sponsorship. And then right before then, I got another job offer. So it's like, but the crazy part about it is, man, I always said, like, well, God take care of fools and babies. And you know, I ain't no baby. So I'd have been quite foolish in my day. So people don't really know who they, you know what I mean? But it ain't my job to tell them. It ain't my job to go somewhere I grew out of just to prove to somebody that, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta let people talk, man, and just keep working. That's what it's about, working, 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 working. Yeah, I hear it. Fire the way. That's another lap to run. You know, that's more work in the off season. Like Coach Prime said, he's sleeping in the office. He hear everything. That man don't miss nothing. I tell you that. That man see me going off on Twitter or something, straight hit me right then. Starts in the Bible verses. I ain't lying. It's a true story. We gonna talk about it when we have a sit down. Like, I don't like if y'all remember in that first press conference when I went out there, he didn't say, he said, my hitter. He was when we was joking about it, he said, hey, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that Dukes, boy. But man, it don't be nothing personal. It just be like, bro, we on the internet, man. Why y'all be doing all this extra stuff? But you know, what can you do? Ohio State Duke, the new player, call it. Well, I wish. Well, ain't no way. I would not want that job to save my life. To have that much pressure on you, for real, I wouldn't want to. I would never be a play caller at that level. Hell, I ain't even like calling plays for my son's team, and he 11 or he just turned 12 for sure. Hold on, I'm scrolling up, man. I got a lot of comments. My bad. I must got to talking. one one time, Lil Rice said, "I got to taste for some chicken gizzard with some hot sauce." No, I ain't never get down with the chicken gizzards, my brother. Man, my mom used to love them things. My daddy too, but I ain't. Now they platinum in my family for sure. Chicken gizzards, platinum. They on a platinum run. Hey, y'all tell Aunt Tiny happy birthday. Hold up, let me see. See my buddy down here. Aunt Tiny birthday was yesterday, man. Y'all know them caramel cakes. It's time. It's coming back around. Make sure y'all hit my cousin Ricky Tan on Instagram at Ricky Tan. I'm gonna drop that in the chat. If y'all want them caramel cakes shipped out, ask Uncle Neil. Them things go federal. How Butt guy said, yep, not Franklin, yep. That's the latest. I'm trying to get through these comments, y'all. This week CU game going HBO for real. Oh, has something to do with YouTube trying to charge more to ESPN. Okay. Appreciate that. Bees at 844. What's up, Bees? Bees said, I don't know if you mentioned it. I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but who's your most realistic pick for AU's next coach? I'm leaning towards Dirk. Me too, bro. I think he get 2 out of 3. He got it, bro. I ain't gonna cap you down. Them kids love Dirk. I think he get 2 out of 3. If he win all 3 of these, it ain't even nothing to talk about. If you get all 3, nothing to talk about. And one thing I know about Dirk, he like recruiting. I got a video coming out tomorrow about Durkin by the matter of fact, people don't realize Durkin was in 2012, he was the recruiter of the year for Rivals. So Durkin about that recruiting. So you better believe he's all right. And that's the thing about hiring a coordinator, they see everything from the inside. So you gonna the changes that he makes being on the inside is gonna tell you a lot if he gets the job. But I could definitely see Durkin getting the job. Dorkin, what's up, my boy? Dude said be your own people. You think Tyson going to back? That's what they're going at. They trying to go find the money people up there to say, here, James Franklin, turn this program around. We tired of losing. And Franklin said, I'm not doing it without a bag. Hold on, I'll tell y'all exactly what James Franklin said. Now, this is, if y'all not on the 24/7 network, this on Hog Sports. My boy Trey Biddy, it's really like his. So this on the front of Hog Sports. And like this, they got the picture of James Franklin up there. Hold on, I'm finna tell y'all. This the James Franklin news. Sources tell Hog Sports that Arkansas is making a run at Franklin and that he will have to tell them no. Arkansas is working to build $40 million in additional capital for football over the next 4 years. That's 10 million. That's additional 10 million than they were planning on doing. Franklin also wants at least 30 million in NIL/revenue sharing to build his roster. The Razorbacks are working to inject this gold money into the Razorback Foundation. But word is they may have a stopgap and booster John Tyson so they can start putting out hard numbers to candidates like Franklin. All access sports media, ball. They're going straight to Tyson. Well, you called it, boy. Go to Hog Sports. You'll see it yourself. Bro, man, that's why you all access, boy. That was a great call. People saying see you losing because of not singing the fight song. That's how you know people better. Y'all don't understand that shit. I don't even know who said. LaMarcus Probit is my guy name. Hey, look, y'all go to Twitter and follow my boy LaMarcus Probit. Go to Twitter and follow that name. Pat Page for sure. What happened to Coach Left? I don't even know. I don't know what happened to Coach Leftwich. I saw him at the beginning of the season, but that's it. Savage Gala said, if it wasn't for the bad times, we wouldn't appreciate the blessings of the good times. I don't tell you. Now, you can't win them all, but you need to win more than what you're winning right now. That's in Colorado and Auburn. It's about winning, man. Like, and people like Deion Sanders because they like him as a winner. You know what I mean? The man came out and just was like, took the Super Bowl with him. Left Atlanta, said Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Man, even playing with the Braves, World Series. So when you associated with being a winner, you associated with the things that comes along with it, right? So man, you can't. Yeah, they're gonna have a field day with it. I mean, that's what it is. Vaughn Runner, what's up, Vaughn? She said, especially if they had them back-to-back losses over 50 points. It's painful, but they got to take it, flush it, and move on. Now win. That's it. You can't go out and don't think West Virginia don't want everybody wants to put a 50 on Colorado. Yeah. Aunt Tiny getting the love in the chat. Aunt Tiny. Hey, Pat Page said I gotta get my fire sticks working again. Man, for real. Yeah, that YouTube TV was the lick. Cat, what's up, Kel? Do you think we got the best efforts from Charles Kelly and Sean Lewis because both are winning now? Both of them winning now. Yeah, I just think their roster was. I don't think their roster was that good, bro. At the time, I just don't think them rosters was ready yet. I think last year you had a really good roster. Well, you got to think what you lost from last year. Imagine if you just kept Colton Hood, Nakai Hill Green, and you got to pick one of not even BJ Green. Let's just say you kept Block Bully and Shiloh, or Block Bully and Cam Silver Craig. Not even to mention like a BJ Green. Like they lost a lot. And I don't think you just can't replace that type of leadership too. Like them boys real grown men. And I think now, and they had been around the program, they had been with Shador. Like there was so much leadership around. And I think when you bring in so many people, it's hard to continue to rebuild culture without that high school background of guys who have been there with you for a long, long time. So I think now you got some leaders, but they may not be the same type of leaders like Cam Silver Craig not playing. You heard how Block Bully was talking, how Shador was talking. Them boys speaking among each other, just like, nah, this ain't what we used to. This ain't our standard. But it's easy to say that when you're not there. So they just got to find somebody who can carry that mantle. Might be Juju. Ju might be the one to set the standard. Could be Ju. And then if Ju do it, they're gonna say he should have been playing them. But that just come with it. Dog, it comes with it, man. The hate come with it. The hate comes with it. What they say? Hard, but it's fair. Derek Thomas, what's up, my boy? Man, B's 844. Thank you for this question. What do you think about the Braves' new manager? This is the most Atlanta Braves hire in Atlanta Braves history. I want somebody to love me like Atlanta loved Bobby Cox, bro. I'm telling you, everything is kind of like them. Like that's just the identity of the Braves. They want somebody who's been in the Braves system. They want ex-Braves, people who've been in the Braves system for a long time. Like that's what's gonna happen. Period. If you tied to Bobby Cox any kind of way, if you played for him, if you knew him, if you knew the players that he knew, you're gonna be the Braves coach, that the Braves manager. That's just what it is. No, man, the Braves are a loaded roster. Man, Walt Weiss was the bench coach. Yes, he had experience with the Rockies, but you go back and look at that record. Nobody's confusing Walt Weiss with Joe Madden, right? Now, what I will say is this: Walt Weiss won a World Series as a younger player, had some success with the Braves when I was working at the Braves Stadium. Cool guy, you know. Um, I worked all my teenage years. I worked at Turner Field, so from the first year of Turner Field all the way up till like my third, fourth year of college. It took me 5.5 to get up out of there. So yeah, about year 3 of college for sure. Um, yeah, I worked at Turner Field, so that's all we know is the Braves. So yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with the hire, but I mean at the end of the day, they wanted to keep some continuity going. They want to kind of hold on to stuff, so that's what they do. So Walt Weiss definitely was in the second coming, the second half of the '90s. That when the Braves was really good. So yeah, that's that. David Garcia said, "We made it through the 2023 season. We'll be okay." Yeah, I tell everybody, man, losing part of it. And when you lose, nobody's just, there's gonna be a lot of people, especially who it is. And it's Deion Sanders, bro. Like there's a lot of people that just don't like him. No way. It just is what it is. Some people gonna bring extra eyeballs just to hate on it. And definitely some people gonna get off on that for sure. KD said, you see people's true colors coming out while CU is going through a rough patch. It won't be fun when the Raptors get the gun back." Yeah, I mean, you can see people true colors when CU was winning. Like, and it's not just about the podcast people. Like, it's just people, period. People are, you got to think, like, certain people get loud when certain things happen, right? You ain't notice how, like, I ain't trying to get political, but, you start to see people get louder, you know, like when Trump got back in office this time, you saw like a certain like brand of people get louder and louder about like handling, about certain subjects. Like, damn, bro, that's how you really felt the whole time. So circumstances can change what how people act and how people feel, and it's gonna emblazon some people, right? It's gonna make them, embolden some people, right? It's gonna make them, oh, yeah, I'm say it on my chest now. 'Cause that's the cool thing to do. But at the end of the day, my answer, like somebody came to me right now and called me and was like, "Hey man, such and such talking about Coach Prime. What you gonna say?" I'm gonna say he might be right because they losing, and that's what it comes down to. Now, of course, I don't like the personal attacks. That's but that's how I even got started with Colorado in the first place. When I saw dudes were just attacking them for no reason, I'm like, come on, man, let that man alone. I try to use my platform in the right way. That's all it is to it. At the end of the day, one thing about it, you can take all this sports and Dukes to Scoop away. You can take all this away tomorrow. Hey, auntie. Okay, you see how they love you got, auntie? I see you, baby. One thing about it, you can take all of the sports stuff away. You can take all that away, bro. I'm still P Dukes, who grew up on Washington Road on Janice Drive on the South Side in College Park. And if I go outside, I still gotta, I got an image to uphold as far as being a stand-up guy. I ain't finna let my son see me go outside. I ain't finna do none of that. So, nah, bro. Stay none of that junk. Derek Thomas said, Duke, you think Coach Prime is going to look for an OC? Yeah, I think so. Hey, Duke, what about Brian Kelly at Auburn? Nah, I don't. They got to get that. He got to go back up north. He might get the Penn State job. Coach Prime can't make the kids be dogs or wolves. He said like some of them show like Tarzan and really act like Jane. Yeah, and but to that point, you got to find out sometimes in this world right now, you got to find out. All right, look, okay, well, I got a Jane. Is there anything I can do to make that Jane turn back into Tarzan? You just got to figure out who you got when you got him, and how to. And maybe if I put this Jane by this Tarzan, then they figure it out. Like, and that's the questions with. That's kind of why the other day he was like, man, it's on me. And me knowing him, I know he thinking like, damn, what can I do different? Or who's not getting the opportunity? Like maybe this guy may not run the 4.340. Maybe this guy may not be 6'2" at corner. Maybe this guy may not bench press a ton. But does he got enough heart that I know that he gonna stick his head in there and make a tackle and not whiff? Well, that's who's gonna play. That's what you're gonna see a lot of these next 3 games. That's what I'm gonna predict. You're gonna start to see more and more people who probably didn't get a shot that may be a little undersized. They got heart. I think that's what you're gonna see. I want Lehman from the Dodgers. Hey, James, for sure. That was real baseball at Turner Field. Yeah, for sure. I want him to stop running the same plays. Hey, bro, I told him, I said, if I don't never see another tunnel screen, I'll be fine. If I don't never see another screen, I'm cool. I said that myself. I mean, and we gotta understand too, man. Having an opinion on what's going on don't make you a hater. I want to get that clear. Having an opinion don't make you a hater. It's when it goes personal, you go overboard about it. That's what makes you sound like a hater. But having an opinion, man, y'all right. Marcus Collins with the $1.99 super chat. Appreciate that, my brother. He said, great show. Man, I appreciate you tapping in. Definitely appreciate that super chat, my brother. Yep, someone like Caleb Math. Yeah, I wouldn't be, he might get a look. Standard is the standard. He ain't getting away from that. That's right. Booney So Randall. What's up, Booney? What to do, Big Dog Deuce? What's your thoughts on the CU wide receivers this year? Man, I think they haven't been given as many opportunities, but I think when they have gotten, when you have a quarterback that's struggling and you get an opportunity to make a play, you gotta make a play. That's what I would say. I think you gotta make those plays when you do get a chance. It's almost like when the team is losing and you finally get an open three, you don't have the, or even it's like missing free throws, right? When you in a close game, or let's say you down, the other team goes on a run in basketball and you get a technical foul, you can't afford to miss that extra one. You can't afford to miss that bonus, that free throw on the tech. You can't afford to. So it's like some of the drops that we've seen, some of the like the bonehead penalties, like saw the wide receiver last week get a call for being covered up in the ineligible man downfield. Just a few some mental mistakes that I think could get cleaned up for sure. Holding calls on the receivers. So I would grade them at a C. I think they way more talented than what they shown. But they just haven't gotten a ton of opportunities too. But I think they're more talented than what they've shown, but they just haven't had the ability to really showcase what they can do. Hey, James said as an Auburn fan, I love to see a damn screen pass just once. You see, it's like it's everywhere, man. Like Auburn don't run them, and Colorado run them too much. Just need to be some balance. Like maybe if they could put their minds together, Auburn offense and Colorado offense, then take some from here, take some from there. It'd be better, man. X in the cut said, "What's good, dude? Can't wait to see Juju profile picture hard, my dog." Said, "What's up, my boy?" He said, "Can't wait to see Juju unlock these receivers." I think there are some things that he can too do to unlock the receivers. I definitely do. Oh, we got 999 super chat in here. Just want to show some love, man. David Garcia, man, thank you. I appreciate the love always, man. Always been a staunch supporter of the Dukes and everybody that's in the network, man. So appreciate you, David Garcia. Thank you. Too much love. Well, the Buffalo's wrong said, what's up, my boy? He said, what you think about the wide receiver coach saying he doesn't teach his wide receivers to block? Man, I think that was a tongue-in-cheek statement that probably goes under the radar if you're not losing. If they weren't losing, that sound bite doesn't go as far as it goes right now. But when you losing, you can't say stuff like that. I mean, I don't think he meant it. I think he was saying, man, I mean, you can see on Well Off Media they block. I think Bucky posted something today saying they block. Of course they go over blocking. I seen them go over blocking. But I think it's one of those things where when you losing, that's why Coach Prime was like, you know what? Talk to me. You don't need to talk when you losing, man. Like these little clips of sound bites, people are looking for stuff. So I think that was a tongue in cheek statement, and that's one that you can't make when you losing. That's my real God honest opinion. It's just something that you don't say when you already not, you know what I'm saying, when you're not doing well. 42 Randall said 499 salute Scottsdale. Boy, I appreciate it, boy. You talking about Scottsdale like Clarkston? Or you talking about Scottsdale, Arizona? Scottsdale, if you talking about the one in Atlanta, man, they got the hard Scottsdale got the hardest ad lib I may have ever heard from a city being shouted out in a rap song. On the damn shame, get it on that second verse. Scottsdale, that was too hard. One time the Lear Wright said Scouts no longer visiting practice. For sure. Yeah, they definitely, yeah. I was watching so when I go to games, I usually sit in the press box and I so when I get my seat, I see what my seat is, and then I go sit with the scouts. I always anytime I go to a press box, I always go sit with the scouts. So I was just talking to a scout at the Arkansas game last week about going out to Colorado. So scouts definitely going. You got man, you got to go see. I don't care what happens. You got to go see George Seaton. Period. There's a couple of players on that team you got to go get information on right now. George Seaton is right now being presumed as a top 5 pick next year. It's gonna be scouts there. You're gonna get your opportunity. Jew too. When I went to practice this year, I saw man, I saw them watching Jew. Like Jew pedigree so crazy. You know, you got to do as much research on quarterbacks as early as you can. So it's gonna be scouts there for sure. If I miss some of y'all stuff, man, excuse me. Devin Knight. Okay, Devin Garcia with another $1.99. I appreciate that. Said Coach Phil is a dog. Yeah, for sure. I love Durkin today being decisive and naming a starter QB and not beating around the bush. That man, Durkin is football only. I don't know if you saw the video I did before they took it down where I was talking about my experience meeting Durkin. I was on a visit with a player last year, and I got to meet Durkin. And shoot, Durkin is all football. It ain't no fluff. It's gonna be cool, but he loves football so much. It's almost like, bruh, all right, you don't do nothing else. Nope, football, 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 football. Straight to the board. This is how I want to use you. See, when we go 3 high, we feel like we can bump you down here to start. Like he just went crazy right then. It was like intense. But if you're a football head, they make you want to play for him. So he ain't doing no whole lot of shucking and jiving. Football, 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 for sure. Man, International Voice said, keep up the great work. And with the $10 super sticker, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love, man, for everybody, dog. I appreciate the love, man. When y'all come in here and drop love, mean a lot. We're gonna speak the truth in here for sure. Uh-oh, Uncle Neil, what's up, boy? There's scouts at every practice. Don't sleep on the NFL talent on this team, for sure. Every practice. You know I did the vids go hard. Man, I appreciate it, man. Man, I tell you, when I did that first one on DJ Durkin about what happened in Maryland, I was a little nervous to put it out, but I was like, man, I know I told the truth. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it out. And it went over well. So man, I appreciate you supporting, James. Seaton, Sincere Brown, Amar, I forgot about Amar, DJ McKinney, Mata, Mate, etc. Yeah, you're right. Plenty of NFL talent on the team. Booney so running with the 499 super chat. I appreciate it. He said Scottsdale, Jordan, Toby Grant. Damn Shane, get it. Why are you all up in my on ground trying to get it, boy? What you want? I came through, check it, trap. All right, hey. My favorite part, you said I just bought a brand new 99 AK Scottsdale. That's where I stay. Yeah, Scottsdale forever got my respect. That was one of the hardest songs ever came out of Atlanta. And my sister used to stay over there in Scottsdale by the railroad tracks. So when I stayed with her, I was supposed to go to Clarkston, but I ain't stay with her long. I moved back to the south side. Okay, Uncle Neely, you are correct. I can see that for the names that you have in the chat, for sure. All right. So we got 5 minutes left. we can talk some culture right quick. Question: Who won the verse? The verses, man. No Limit, Cash Money. I gotta go. No Limit. Not just because of it's about who showed up, and it was Pete. It was Pete energy, bro. He had such a good energy. Like Birdman was looking like he really was like he wanted something different, and it wasn't even about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like Birdman, relax. He was just like, yeah. And then Pete killed him. You know, Bird was like, yeah, it really kind of reminded me of the Jeezy Gucci because Gucci was bringing that energy and Jeezy just kind of bossed up. It took, you know what I'm saying? But he just kind of took that energy and went the other way. Birdman was tripping. Birdman was gang banging. Birdman started banging. Like, I was like, bro, relax. Birdman, you know we on a like, bro. NBA Birdman. Birdman started gang banging. Like, I was like, bro, come on, man. Yeah, that's why I think No Limit won. Birdman started gang banging. Tawar Braxton took them. Yeah, he ain't go to rap. Hey, hey, Grizz said Birdman get all the lyrics, man, cause he ain't go to rap. That man he went to fight. Birdman ain't go to rap, man. Birdman went to fight. Like, hey, hey, he thought the verses was my bad, y'all. Hey, Birdman went to fight, man. Golly. You think Omarion be a certified NFL prospect? I do. He too freaky of an athlete. I definitely think he is one. Aunt said No Limit won the show. They all seem like they wanted to be there. They did. You're right. Cash Money got the catalog, but no synergy show wise. Yeah. They could have used Turk. They could have used Wayne. You know, then somebody could have been there to calm Birdman down. Love and blessings, family, from Warner Robins. Shout out to Warner Robins. Man, the home of Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons from Warner Robins, ain't it? I want to say Ron. Is that what Ron Simmons from? Give me. I think he from Warner Robins. A bunch of old heads trying to fight Birdman. Yeah, Yeah, NBA Birdman. Isn't that crazy? Oh, he from Perry. Okay. Shout out to Perry, Georgia. Shout out to Don Terrius Thomas. That's the first person I met from Perry. DT, my partner, man. What you think about the fourth? Yeah, I ain't think he was gonna go to Colorado for real in the first place. I think sometimes it'll run you up a little bit, but nah, I think he gonna go to one. He gonna try to go to. I think he gonna go to one of the blue blood schools for real. But he went to Warner Robins High School. Boom. Okay, I knew it was something because when they used to announce him on the wrestling back in the day, back when he first went solo from Doom, when it was Ron Simmons and Butch Reed, they say from Warner Robins, Georgia, Ron Simmons. Dude, Teddy Roberts 9044. Dude, shout out to the Bahamas in the building. Bahama Bucks 242. Shout out to the Bahamas, man. Bro, the Bahamas got the best colors of their flag, dog. Amazing colors. I love the colors of the flag for the Bahamas. I just got back from Jamaica. That hurricane wiped it out. Pray for Jamaica. Man, prayers up in the chat for everybody drop a pound sign jam rock. Pound sign jam rock. Prayers for Jamaica, man. Pound sign jam rock. Yeah, man, it's that season, man. Shamrock and Scorpion Queen said, I love what the Bahamian colors mean. I had a blast when I went. M. Collins said that Pat Shermer, horrible play calling hurts the door. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't even say it was horrible, man. I think sometimes play calling can be about the players and the execution. I don't think Pat Shermer got worse as a play caller from last year to this year. I just think it was the execution and the shots you were able to take. Man, just imagine last year if Shedeur would have got the same time that these guys had been getting before they found out about the blitz for real. D. Wilson said, "What's up, D?" He said, "What you think about NLE Chopper dissing NBA YoungBoy?" Man, I like Chopper message. It just, I mean, I feel like he probably could have did it a kind of way. It kind of look a little clout chasing it, kind of a little bit. It's like I'm going at NBA YoungBoy to say this the wrong way, and I'm gonna show like so I can show y'all. But I almost went. I tell you what, I almost wish Chopper would have went at the whole system like Childish Gambino did, more so than just go at YoungBoy because man, YoungBoy just a product of you know what I'm saying. Man, look at Birdman. Chop man, remember when Chopper was dancing in front of Birdman? Birdman was over there rubbing his hands together like fresh meat. So yeah, I think that YoungBoy just a product of that system. You know what I mean? So I think he could have went at the system more than just the individual person. So people probably would. So YoungBoy is never gonna receive that message. If you wanted to get the YoungBoy, that ain't you know what I'm saying. He's never gonna receive that message. But he the guy. You know what would have went over better was maybe getting YoungBoy on a song with you and talking something positive. You know what I'm saying? That would have went over way better. Or getting YoungBoy to say, "Hey man, I'm trying to change because I'm trying to stay free for my, you know what I'm saying, for my family and my kids." That would have went over better than the kind of way you went at it. You know what I'm saying? That's my real feelings on that. Man, somebody said Birdman the oldest YN. Boy, I would hate this. Boy, can you imagine in 15, 20 years, Birdman and Jim Jones in the same nursing home? Boy, stop. Boy, man, they'd be jello everywhere. For real. Yeah, it's late here. Somebody said it's late. Well, Birdman and Jim Jones. Bro, imagine the nursing home with Birdman, Jim Jones, and Whack 100 all in the same place. Boy, what? Man, that'd be too crazy. Man, let me see. See what I got in here. Man, what? This will be funny too, man. So, man, man. So at the beginning of the year, I had a parent. This is a true story. I had a parent after the first game of the season. I had a parent walk up to me after one of Cam games. Now, mind you, I'm a volunteer parent coach, right? So I had a parent walk up to me, mad as hell. So he walked up to me, and his son was a fifth grader that played up, right? So I know how it is to have a fifth grader playing up because Cam did it last year. So they get forgotten about. So that's why I went out there. And then sometimes they throw him out there too early. You just want to make sure, like Cam first year, he was in fifth grade. They needed a body on varsity, and Cam ran out there. I'm like, "What? Get your what?" So you got to watch them. So I make sure I spend a ton of time with the younger kids. So I let Cam go this year. Cam went to a different level this year. I let Cam go. I kept all the kids who didn't really play. The ones who didn't know how to pay attention, the ones who was playing in the grass still, all of that, right? Cool. So one of them walked down and said something to me. I ain't hear him. Apparently, so then his daddy walked over and said, "Yeah, I guess you only speak to certain kids when the game over. I guess you only talk to the kids that play." Man, when I tell you I went off, dog, well, I was like, man, I don't know I don't know what you talking to, buddy, but hey, man, you talking about that little kid, but talking about him? Ask your son who throw the ball with him after practice. Matter of fact, you got a problem with him, why don't you bring your sorry ass to practice and help us? So we getting ready, we out there finna hit. You know what I'm saying? Cam mom come over there. She like, he didn't hear him. He was talking to another kid. He said something to her. And I told her to go back. And I told him, and the little boy came out there like, Daddy, no, we love Coach Dukes. And so the dude finally calmed down. But this just to tell you about how mixed messages go, bro. About that whole NLE chopper thing. Buddy could have came and talked to me and said, hey man, hey, my son that spoke to you, man. It'll mean a lot to me. You said something to him before we go home. You think I would have responded like that? No. But nah, I ain't know what he was on. Off in the up the fire, like, where stop? Well, I gotta make it home to my family. Or my family gotta get home with me. But the reason him coming off like that, you know, it make people get into a mindset of aggression. So to that point, I know that's still up there, D. You can't do stuff like that, bro. Yeah, man. But you got the right plan and the wrong man. Boy, Ken said you can't talk like that, coach. Man, I was a volunteer coach, but they turned that whole school upside down. Won't be no more. Hey, buddy, ain't no more private school, buddy. We're going straight back to the neighborhood. What they said, we going back to the hood with this one. So Cam, Cam sitting in the with the regular coach. So I told Cam to go back in the locker room. He's sitting in there. He was like, he came out. This is the point I was getting at. Cam was like, "Yeah, Dad, I know you in a YN at heart. So every time he mentioned me, like the family or something, you know, he'd be like, man, you know, my daddy a unk and a YN. And that's not a good, that's my son say this. He just turned 12, but he loved calling me a unk YN. And so we getting to be peaceful at my big old age because I do not want my son calling me no unk YN. Yeah, man. I'm just a volunteer coach, but try to go. I done got remad. See, I know I still got a problem. I done got remad. Well, I can't. Well, yeah, something wrong with me, man. Nigga, don't say something to me and you don't even come to practice. And you a parent just like me. And you don't even come out here. Don't say something to me. Yeah, man. But not. Yeah. Let me man. Let me move on, man. True story. God honest truth. I know I said I was gonna do. Hey, remad. What y'all know about getting remad? Y'all ever think about something and be like, wait, I know, and get remad. We got to stop getting remad. Once we done moved on, we gotta stay gone. When you move on, stay gone. That's what we on in all 2026. We moving on and staying gone. That's it. We can't get remad no more. Miss LJ, the fact that you typed it out, I know you get remad. I know your man probably, you probably look at your man sometime and remember something he done did in the past. So yeah, we what we doing? Moving on, staying gone all 2026. Hold on, what is it? D Wilson, I feel like Kevin Gates couldn't calm YB down. Nobody can. Bro really needed that. Nah, for real. For real. You right. Hey, this funny. Von Randall said, don't get the belt, dudes. Man, look. This, I know I got a good child. I I ain't never really had to whoop Cam. Cam don't even know how to get whoopings. I whooped Cam about 2 years ago. It hurt. Maybe 3 years ago. Cam was 9. He was laughing at a kid at school. I don't know if I told this one, but I'll tell you. He was laughing at a kid at school. Cam don't really be laughing at folks, but he trying to hang out with somebody he ain't had no business hanging out with. So they laughing at a kid that they was friends with. So I hate that. Like, I'm a type dude. Like, don't be no front runner. Like, we ain't raising that. Because just last year, this was your best friend because wasn't nobody talking to neither one of y'all before you got quote unquote lit. So let's not do that, right? So all right, well, he got some paperwork came home with him first time, only real time. He didn't really get in trouble for real, but of course I'm big bad daddy that day. I said, all right, finna get a whooping. Man, I tried to whoop Cam, dog. This one I knew he was something wrong with my child too. I tried to whoop Cam, and Cam was just I whooped him. He, I spanked him. He was like, he was like, ah. So looking at me like, what you doing? Didn't cry, didn't do nothing. He just looking like, man, you done? I was like, bro, it's either it wasn't nothing else I can do. I was like, bro, go to timeout, bro. I don't fucking know. I don't know, bro. He didn't get whooped as a child. I was like, I'm gonna go get a switch. I mean, switch ain't really switch. I was just like, you know what? He gonna be one of them fuss at him and he don't like getting fussed at type kids. He don't even know how to get whooped, dog. I was like, boy, you should have grew up in the 80s, man. Golly. Can't even really. Now I ain't had to say nothing to him, and that was 3 years ago. I ain't had to say a word to him since. And I think the way he responded to that look, I don't know if it's a pain. I don't know what he got going on. Maybe that's why he play football the way he do, where he just run into people. But yeah, I don't know, man. Being a parent is hard, dog. Just trying to figure out what works and what don't, man. I yeah. Back in the day, me growing up, it was a routine. I knew once I got that whooping, it was finna be the best sleep ever. I knew that. You feel me? You getting the whoop, mama, man, bro. I was getting double whoopings. Might get the whooping at school with the meter stick, yard stick, whatever you want to call it. Come home, get the whooping. All right, boom. You get the whooping at the crib, man. Sitting there mad, think about running away. You know what I'm saying? Man, and go to sleep. Best sleep of your life. And then hope you don't stay on punishment. You want punishment for such and such, such and such. Well, you might got 2, 3 days straight, but you get time for good behavior, man. Your mama got so much going on. She got 2, 3 jobs. She ain't worrying about if you doing what you supposed to be doing. Next thing you know, you sitting on the cot. You can't watch TV nowhere else in the house. So shoot, next thing you know, you down there watching hard copy and entertainment tonight, watching the news. Next thing you know, 2, 3 days later, shoot, man, you back in the other room or in your sister room watching TV. It's all good. I'm gonna get to some of these comments. We're gonna get up out of here in a minute. Hey, somebody said you about to be out there like Big Cam on the video. For real. Miss Joyce Walker says, what does YN stand for? YNs are like they call them young ninjas, the other word for it. So basically like a little like he basically saying I'm an old person that's acting like a young knucklehead. That's what my son was saying. So that's definitely a reason for me to pray when I go into these situations. Savage Gotta say you got to get you a saying and let it go. Every time it happens, just say whatever you saying is like my no for sure. Like man, for real. I gotta give me something like what once it's gone, let it stay gone. I forgot what I just said. I'm gonna find me one though, bro. Mine didn't care whooping me. Matt Mill, boy. That's why we got good sense now though. Von Runner said I cried the first time I had to get my daughter. Man, but you know what the big guy said, well, you spare the rod, spoil the child. Man, listen, my grandmama with me with pleasure. Man, I get re mad at a guy who I used to talk to and his mama and his mama, she already passed. Damn, that's tough, Debbie. Debbie don't play no games. Savage said, I swear I got all the whipping. My brother came up, my folks forgot how to whip. Yeah, yeah. By the time it was time for them to get whoopings, oh yeah, well, like my mom ain't do nothing to Cam. Man, Cam threw a water gun at my niece one day. This is probably Cam probably about 6, 5 or 6. Man, Cam, like they playing right. He threw a water gun at her hard. Like he would have hit her, he would have hit her hard. He would have did something to her. I got on Cam, man. My mama talking about some. God bless my mama, man. Love her. God bless you, baby. My mama talking about some. Don't be talking to my grandson like that. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Man, you would have DDT'd me. Suplex, power bomb, you name it. Shout out to Chico, belly to belly. You talking about don't talk to my grandson? This is my what? Like they get soft after a while, bro. Weekend Warrior crazy. He said, I caught my mama belt one day and she thought the word, boy, what? Man. I was always scared to do that because my mama, she used to punch hard, man. My mama had hands, bro. So I used to be scared. My aunt Debbie had hands too. Shout out to Aunt Debbie. She might be in here. And me and my cousin Andre we'd be in the back of my grandmama's house just trading war stories. Shout out my cousin Showtime. God bless him, man. Miss my cousin. But yeah, we just be in there trading war stories. Like, yeah, man. Aunt Linda threw us down the steps. My mama was Aunt Linda. Yeah, Aunt Linda threw us down the steps. We used to jump down the steps so much. She said, you want to jump down the steps? All right, come here. Bet you won't jump no more. Geronimo! Psh. She was sending us down the steps, boy. Yeah. It was fun growing up, though. It was just part of growing up. Debbie Garcia said he tried to tell me she didn't love me as much as I thought. Even now I get mad thinking about it, so he might get a text. Remad. Remad. Dudes getting whipped by the whole village. Oh yeah, for sure. Man, everybody had to pass. Matt Mills, I was getting whipped like he was on schedule. But best sleep of your life though, for sure. Scorpion Queen said the worst whipping I got was from my mom. I was sleeping and she woke me up with a double switch. Woo! Cause my aunt's like, hey, did they really? Scorpion Queen, you look like you getting a little trouble. Did they really lie on you? Sabrina Blankenship said these kids so spoiled. Yeah, they spoiled for sure. Scorpion Queen said 70s baby built different. Yeah, y'all are. Ford tough. Yeah, treat the grandkids like angels. They do. Man, mom said mom's well get a whooping for not praying before food. Pat, better thank God. Like, golly. She said, dudes, they really did lie on me. Hey, Weekend Warrior said after that whip, you sleep like you just worked a 12-hour shift. Boy, don't get to holler. Boy, stop. Mike, what's up, Mike? War down. All right, y'all. This is what we're gonna do. We done been here late. Let me see. Let me see if I can find something for y'all. I was gonna do this in my other. Let me see. We ain't got nothing else to do. All right, look. Oh, all right, y'all. We going back. This is 15 years ago. Young P Deuce. All right, y'all. Young P Deuce in the middle of the streets. I forgot what club this was at. Hold up. We'll see if we can talk a little bit. AMR DTC, Southside, niggas, you know, man, talk to me. I mean, pretty much, man, you know, I had to show my niggas some love, man. This fam, you feel me? On top of the niggas being popular right now, so I definitely had to do the release party with us here at Lux Lounge. You know, I'm just happy for Easy Money 3, DJ Spring, you know. I got a lot of other people coming, Don Cannon coming, my nigga Hit Boy. We gonna make a movie with my dude. So that's what it is. Let's go, man. Bitch, I'm fully loaded. My verse is so hard. Young dude. Young dude. I kick it like Shinobi. Look at that hairline. Hey, ain't got none of that missing in the back. Oh, man. I'm ballin' like I'm Kobe. I kick it like Shinobi. Everybody think they know me. Are we downtown? Everywhere I go, they be like, man, I know that nigga. And they but I don't know them niggas. I ain't Hollywood, so it's love I show them niggas. But if they try me in that trade snub, I show them niggas. Yeah, I'm a star, like the Big Dipper. My car took off the top. That bitch think it's a stripper. She say her man play for LA. I hope it ain't the Clippers. But if it is, bring me a jersey back from Blake Griffin. Bitch, I ain't tripping. This that I know I'm lying right here. Don't get caught fuck up and spray a can of Hope be gone. Like Hope be gone. Hey, bro, I really thought about it. Mad, but she'll get over it. We down to Chris Ashley. Yeah. Hey, man, we done walking Southside out. Y'all already know, man. We out here just willing to some raw, some champagne, whatever. Hey, we go keep the party going. Let go. Oh, man, I was cutting up. Boy, hey, get out my way, girl. No, I'm a Christian man. Come on, boy, Ticket Jared. What's up, Jared? What? Oh, boy, UConn. What's up, UConn? All right, keep the party going. Keep the party going. Keep the party going. Oh, man. All right, y'all. Well, y'all done got me excited with the old days, man. Man, old days, man. All right, y'all. We going to sleep, man. I might go out tonight. All right. If you saw somebody that you ain't supposed to see in there, that was 15 years ago. Got nothing to do. That was my old life. Oh yeah, that was definitely me. Oh yeah. He said, "Who was that?" Yeah, that was the Young P Deuce for sure. All right, y'all. We'll get into some music or some old stuff. Or I got a Madden tournament at we played the affiliates in Madden, DJ Drama, all them in Madden. We got some cool stuff, man. We'll start doing all that. All right, man. I see y'all tomorrow, bro. All right. YN.